Hi guys, okay, so today we're gonna find the derivative of trig functions. We're just gonna kind of go into more detail with trig functions. So hopefully if you watched my video before this one about deriving the trig derivatives and what the derivative of sine, cos, tan, cotangent, secant, and cosecant all are. So so we have done the derivative of this. So we should all know that the derivative of sine x is cos x. What maybe you didn't realize that you were doing is you were actually also finding how we do derivatives of trig functions is we do the derivative of this, keep the bracket the same, and then multiply by the derivative of the bracket. Well, the derivative of x is 1, so we don't really write it. But when it's not 1, we need to think about it. So let's do the derivative of 6x squared minus 5x. So we do the derivative of the trig function, which is cos. We keep the bracket the same, and then we multiply by the derivative of the bracket. Okay, so there you go. That's how you find the derivative of trig functions when the angle is something other than simply x. And please be careful, these do not get multiplied together. This is cos of 6x squared minus 5x. This is one function together times 12x minus 5. Okay, so be careful with that. One other example I want to show you guys is if I ask you to find the slope of the tangent line. So let's say I have and I ask you to find the slope of the tangent line at pi over 6. So first thing I need to do is find the derivative. So this is two things multiplied together, so I'm going to need to use quotient rule. So derivative of the first multiplied by the second plus the derivative of the second multiplied by the first. Okay, so derivative of the first term multiplied by the second term plus the derivative of the second term, the derivative of cotan is negative cosecant squared times the first term. And then I need to plug pi over 6 in to find the slope. So wherever I see an x, I plug a pi over 6. Okay, lots of brackets. Take our time here. So 6 times pi over 6 obviously is just going to be pi. Now I need to figure out what cotan of pi over 6 is. So I'm going to need my special triangle. So just down here I'm just going to draw a pi over 6 triangle. So this is pi over 6. So pi over 6, same thing as 30 degrees. So root 3, 2, 1. So I'm looking for cotan. So cotan is x over y. So this is root 3 over 1. Minus, okay, so cosecant squared pi over 6. So this squared, we could also write it like this. So what I need to do first is figure out what cosecant of pi over 6 is and then square that. So cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, and sine is y over r, so it's a half. So it's 2 over 1 because it's the opposite of that. So 2 over 1, and that's all squared. Okay, and then here, so I have 3 pi squared over 36. And then I'm going to do some simplifying here. So so this is root 3 pi, okay, minus, so that's 4 times 3, so that's going to give me 12. So that's going to be pi squared over 3. That looks good to me. I can keep simplifying, and I could put this over 3 as well if I really wanted to. So I could multiply this by 3 pi over 3, and then make it 3 root 3 pi minus pi squared over 3, but I don't really see that as being much simpler, so you could just finish